Welcome back to the Ask Svet About Crypto channel, where we review and analyze white paper. Here's me, Svet Sedov, and Chris Gaynor.
Hey everyone.
Yeah. You want to present yourself?
Yeah, I'm co-founder of the Den. I'm always happy to be here and work with Svet and learn from him and see what interesting stuff we can learn from all the white paper reviews that he's done.
So what we're doing, we are trying to very briefly review some white papers which I found is very interesting, or I can say even a revolutionary in the field, and present it to you in the most concise form. And today we talk about the Blockstack, which is basically not a blockchain.
Yeah.
So it's I would say that network built on which has 3 layers. And first layer, it is a blockchain, and we use actually another blockchain, another people blockchain, which is Bitcoin.
Yeah, it could be a smart way to do it, right?
I think it's a secure way to do it. And the second layer is the layer where they keep data and reach the consensus on the validity of data on their network. And the third layer is the application layer. So what Blockstack is trying to achieve? They're trying to create the decentralized internet. So that's why I didn't actually rank that paper, because it is kind of something which is not blockchain, but which use the main blockchain feature, which is a security, and use it, and of course decentralization, and use it to build absolutely new internet, which probably all of us need.
Yeah, I mean,
do you need it? Do you need decentralized internet?
I mean, let's look at what the value adds of having a decentralized internet could be. If you have a decentralized internet, you're not at the mercy of whoever servers you're connecting through. Say Google, Amazon, whatever it is. You have more control over your data, right? And potentially you could save money.
Well, you can, or you can spend it, because
you can spend money as well.
Because I agree, decentralized internet is giving more control to users, to us. And secondary issue, I also agree, it's a security.
Yeah.
And also, which the all the creator of decentralized internet, because obviously Blockstack is not the only company which try to create this decentralized version of internet, is put more commerce into the internet and make those commercial transactions more secure. Liquidating the central point of failure. That's the point. So what Blockstack doing? Blockstack actually not trying to implement to decentralize all the internet features, because obviously we have routers, servers, we have DNS, we have data storage or silos.
Yeah.
What they're saying, we're gonna decentralize first and foremost DNS servers. DNS, right?
Yeah.
DNS. So that basically the place where our local browsers call to find the address where to address the package. So every time you put on a screen something like a www, that information is transferred to the routing and to the servers where that become connected to the particular name.
And that is the most centralized point of our existing.
And that's the most centralized place in the internet, because there are only few DNS providers, and that's created the point of failures. Mm-hmm. So what Blockstack trying to do, they put that part of the of their internet into the blockchain. In fact, by the way, they don't put the DNS, they put the pointers to the DNS or the particular field containing addresses to the blockchain or to the Bitcoin network, which they use at the first layer basis.
And I find that also extremely cool how they're utilizing the Bitcoin network for something other than just straight monetary transactions.
Yeah, that's correct, because everybody knows that you can actually post in Bitcoin blockchain all information, and there is like Satoshi white papers there, some extract. Even Satoshi himself put their information from the New York Times. No, it was not New York, it was Washington.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it was some article from the 2008 financial crisis.
It was to prove something.
It was like, I don't know, maybe statement from Satoshi at least, but now we have it for generation to come, that information kept on the in the blockchain network itself. And Blockstack using that feature of the Bitcoin network to keep or to save the pointers to the DNS spaces. So that's how it works. Also, what they do, they actually create the decentralized silos or decentralized storage area for data. And that's also prevent centralization, such huge centralization of data as we have in like existing internet. First of all, of course, Facebooks and even Google's. They also, of course, keep that servers after silos after like huge underground servers here.
Large
in
data
Mountain
centers,
View,
yeah.
we've seen. Well, we didn't be. I haven't been inside, but I've seen outside. It's huge.
You wouldn't be here if you'd been inside.
Yes, I would be here if I was inside. So, is it clear so far? How
Yeah,
it operates? Some
decentralized
questions?
storage needs to happen in order for a truly decentralized internet, right? I mean, if you're relying on someone else to manage your data, and it's not sharded or whatever method they're using, someone could easily trace your activity or something, find wherever it's stored, and then gain access to that data just by focusing on it. So.
Well, I think that we still will have the same type of issue with traceability in a decentralized network. Probably
The
even
traceability is
bigger
different,
issue. Yeah, because now, well, I don't know whether it's going to be bigger issue or not, but all the users will still be traceable because the blockchain is open, everybody can access.
Yeah.
All information is out of the blockchain, so everybody will be able to kind of. That of course depends on the type of application you're going to be using in the centralized type of network.
Yeah.
But if you use some application which do not allow to mask your transactions, well, it's not transaction, it's more like your queries in the network, calls. Then of course there's probably going to be possibility to somehow maybe even hack it. But I don't think that such a type of potential security issue shall prevent us of exploring this idea of decentralized internet. And that's exactly why I wanted to present Blockstack white paper to your attention today.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to learn more about Blockstack after having learned about it. Kind of connects to one of our partners at the Den, IntelliShare. They're doing like mesh networking hardware. And part of that involves taking internet access from any one point in a large network of networked hardware and sharing that internet access across all of them. So that whole idea is great, but it's not truly decentralized unless those access points are also decentralized. So yeah, I think that's just an interesting connection between the two, that you need to have the entire system decentralized to gain the full advantage of it.
Excellent. I think that's enough for today. Thank you for watching us again today. We briefly review the Blockstack Technical Whitepaper, and you feel free, of course, to subscribe to the channel and
Like the video.
Like the video, and check for the Telegram channel Ask Svet About Crypto, where we can discuss many technical issues in more details if you have questions, because it's not a format here in a video to talk about many like underlying protocols, because there are a lot of what's going on in Blockstack except what I already revealed to you. But thank you again for your passion. Find us in the internet. Here was Svet Sedov and Chris Genner. See you next time. Bye bye.